Hello knitting friends, we're going to graft the mystery cowl together. So we're going to take the side that we just finished knitting and the stitches that were cast on provisionally, we're going to join them together. I have them folded right now close to one another so I can get a sense of what the cowl will look like. But our first step here is to remove the provisional cast on. We are going to need a tapestry needle eventually for the graft. We'll need a scissor, perhaps. And we will need a spare knitting needle to hold our provisional stitches. To begin removing the provisional cast on, I am going to start by picking up in this navy blue row the right leg of every stitch of navy blue. So all of the stitches that are just below the provisional cast on, and of course right here I have one of our decreases from our I-cord. So it's a little wacky here, but you're going to pick up the two right legs of the stitches that are bundled a little bit together, and you're going to work across the row picking up the right hand leg of every stitch. So if stitches look like little letter V's, you are going to be picking up on the right leg of the V, so underneath the right leg and over the left leg with your knitting needle. So pick up all the way to the end of the row, doing your best when you get to those increase and decrease sections by our bias, but otherwise you should have about 65 stitches on your needle. Sometimes it's a little different with a provisional cast on. You kind of lose a stitch. That's okay, we'll figure it out. Again, towards the end of the row here, still picking up in those right legs of every stitch. And here I had that increase, so it was a little wider, but it still was a stitch. Make sure you've picked up all the way from one side to the other. Once you've secured all of your stitches on the knitting needle, you are going to do the fun part, which is remove the provisional cast on. So here with my crochet chain, I had a little extra pull tab that I crocheted. I unraveled the edge of that pull tab, so unfastened the last stitch, and now I am just pulling, taking out that provisional and adjusting when I need to if it gets caught. So right here, undoing the knot a little bit and pulling through. Now that last little stitch there that I just had on the yarn, I am actually going to go ahead and pick up. So of course I just dropped it, but right at the corner I'm going to pick up. That happens to now give me the 65 that I need to make this side even with the other side. My working yarn needs to be on the other side of the work, so I am going to turn my fabric around in preparation for the grafting. And you'll see I have stitches on both sides here. I've aligned them together with the right sides facing. I have stitches at the bottom, stitches at the top. And now we'll set up further for the graft by cutting our yarn. As a general rule, when I'm grafting, I take about 3 times the width of the fabric. And remember, this fabric's on a bias, so measure along the angle and not across the piece. We're taking 3 times the width of our yarn, cutting it, and then we're going to thread the yarn onto our tapestry needle. So 3 times the width-ish, and then grab your tapestry needle. My trick here is that I fold the yarn in half near the tail, and then wiggle that fold onto the tapestry needle. And now we will get into position. I like to take my left hand and put my index finger between the two needles, holding what we'll refer to as the front needle between my index finger and thumb, and the back needle between my index finger and middle finger. When I refer, as we go through this, to going knitwise into a stitch, that means I'm inserting my needle up the stitch as though I were knitting it. When I say purlwise, that means I'm coming down the stitch like I was about to purl it. Same for on the back needle. Going up the stitch like this refers to knitting it, and going down the stitch like this would be how you would enter it for purl. So those are our basic actions, and now we're going to begin the graft. Go into the first stitch on the front needle as though you're knitting it and slide it off onto your tapestry needle. Leave it there. Then go into the second stitch on the front needle as though you're about to purl it, and leave that stitch on the knitting needle. Once you have both on the tapestry needle, you can then gently tighten the yarn. On the back needle, go into the first stitch as though you are purling it and slide it off of the needle. And then without bringing it down the needle, you're holding it right there, you're going to go into the next stitch as though you're knitting it. And once both of those are on the needle, you're going to pull the yarn through. I tend to leave the yarn a little bit loose between the needles so that I can adjust the tension manually. But the 4 steps are: on the front needle, into the first stitch like a knit, take it off the needle, then into the second stitch on the front needle purlwise, and leave it on the needle. After you've done the front needle, 2 steps, then you're going to the back needle and you're going into the first stitch like a purl and taking it off of the needle, then the second stitch like a knit and leaving it on the needle. Those are the steps we're going to repeat to graft the piece together. Front knit, take it off, front purl, leave it on, and then back purl, take it off, back knit, leave it on the knitting needle. We're repeating those 4 steps across the row to graft the 2 pieces together. Before I began, I made sure I had 65 stitches on each needle, so if you need to pick up or fudge a stitch, that's fine. But you're going to work the 2 sides together. And again, as I mentioned, I keep that yarn kind of loose on the edge. I do that on purpose so that I can go a little quicker, and then I adjust the tension manually, moving over all the loose bits of yarn and making that stitch the same size as the neighboring rows. So I'll do that consistently throughout the graft here, where I go for about an inch or 2, maybe a little more, and then I'll adjust the tension manually. So front needle like a knit, take it off, front like a purl, but leave it on the knitting needle. Then you go to the back needle like a purl, take it off, back needle like a knit, leave it on. And you're going to continue that across the cowl to the end. As you finish the cowl, as you get towards the end, check to see that you have the same number of stitches on each needle. In this case, I do. I have 7 on the front, 7 on the back needle, so I'm in ship shape to keep going. If you happen to have had an extra stitch on one needle, you could go into, let's say it was here, 2 stitches as to knit and take them off, and then 2 stitches to purl and leave them on to work 2 together. Again, I don't need to do that in this case, so I'm just going to continue grafting to the end, the same way I had been doing it the whole time. And when we get to the last couple stitches, you move the same way again. Front needle knit off, front needle purl on, back needle purl off, back needle knit on. Keep going in that same way until you only have 1 stitch remaining on the left hand needles, which will be now. So front needle off, front leave on, back needle off, back on for knit. Now front needle knit off, back needle purl off is our last step. Bring that tapestry needle through, and then adjust your tension as necessary to get those stitches to be the same size consistently across the row. Once you've finished grafting, your cowl, other than working the tails in, is complete. So here's my cowl, and right there is where I did the graft. You can see it on the inside. It does not look like anything. It looks like just one of the rows of knitting. You wouldn't be able to tell where I began and ended the cowl. And your new cowl is finished. It looks gorgeous. With the graft, you can't tell where you began and ended. It looks seamless. Happy knitting. Enjoy your cowl.